Jesus.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. All right, the first order of business is to accept the secretarial meeting or minutes, sorry, from last year's congregational meeting. I know you probably all just got them, but
Well, they were done by Kathy Beck, so they're meticulous.
indeed, no reason to doubt any single syllable. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It passes. And the second order of business is to accept the secretarial minutes from the congregational meeting, the election for church council members back in May. It was a short meeting. It was a good meeting. I think we all enjoyed it. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It passes. Thank you so much. Next thing on the agenda really is, it says President's comments. So I'm not going to give a speech for you today. There is a, if you see in the, all the annual mission, what am I looking for here? Ministry reports, thank you. There is a president's report in there. That kind of says it all. The only thing I would like to add would be, we lost a couple, we had some employee turnover this year. We didn't lose anybody. That's not that bad the way it started. And I just want to say thank you publicly to Barb and Kelly for the 30 years of, service they did to this congregation as co-sextons. It was a labor of love for them, and it was, we thank them very much for what they did. And also to Sue Ellen, our church secretary. She took a full-time position and left us, but she too was wonderful at her job. Always did more than we called for. Her and Mary produced the Minitas above and beyond the call of duty. So thank you to all those people. Having said that, you have all the ministry reports in front of you. So I guess I will open the floor up right now. If anyone wants to have any questions or comments on the ministry reports, we can get an answer to you. Most of the chairs are here. So questions, comments, ministry reports, jump in.
I will simply add, as the person that was gathering names for Time and Talent for the stewardship campaign, I want to thank folks not only for their generosity in financial giving, but also for stepping up, all of you, for the various areas of ministry. Everybody in this room is doing something for this congregation and for each other and for the sake of the gospel. So I thank you for that.
Amen. Anything else for anyone? If so, I can take a motion to accept all the ministry reports as written. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? They all pass. Well done. Pardon me?
That's a relief.
Got to the hard part. Pastor's report is a written report, I believe, but do you want to have anything to add? I'll give you the floor.
Okay, thank you. My written report is on the first page, and it's 2 pages. I think the only thing I really want to highlight is that we've, considering the circumstances of our situation, COVID and all, how that's all impacting us and impacting everyone. I think we're doing a really good job with that and trying to stay safe, but still, even in a place of safety, we still reach out to others. We've done that through the different things that the church has done. whether it is at Sleep in Heavenly Peace or Gerard Center or any of the other ministries that we do. And with Gerard Place, we're now, I'll say, at 3 tiers of help for them: the food pantry, the clothing pantry, and then serving the meals. So we can be proud of ourselves. We may be on the smaller side, but we certainly are mighty.
Wendy, thanks for everything that you've done for this congregation. We are so blessed.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Pastor. Next up is the treasurer's reports. It too is a written report. Do you have anything to add? You want to add to that, Doug? This is-
Nothing to add, but I am willing to answer any questions.
Does anyone have anything for Doug? Questions, comments? Doug, thank you so much for another year of acting as treasurer. The toughest job around here, if you ask me. We certainly appreciate that.
Well, again, thanks to everyone for, I shouldn't say making the job easy, but making it manageable. Again, by your generosity and giving, by the guidance and help of church council, and particularly the executive committee. And as you can see, we continue to be blessed every year. That we projected last year's meeting a potential shortfall of $8,000 and ended up with a surplus. And this year are projecting essentially a neutral spending plan. So that, and as it turns out, our giving will be expected to be about the same, maybe a little bit less, but our expenses will fall off quite a bit as we start in June, once Megan is finished with her internship.
Thank you very much, Doug. Do I have any motions to accept the treasurer's report?
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Kat. Any seconds? Thank you. All in favor? Opposed? It too passed. We have no old business, which is an excellent thing, so we'll jump right to the main star of the show, the 2022 mission proposal or spending plan. And I do believe you have all of those in front of you. And once again, thank you to Doug. He's made this much better than it used to be, the whole process. And if you look at this thing, it's about 6 pages long, a lot of detail. It takes a long time just to read it. Every one of those line items is thought over. So appreciate that, please, when you do this. Doug, do you want to anything to present about that?
Once again, as I just mentioned, the spending plan is essentially a neutral spending plan. We expect our expenses and income to offset each other. And again, the stewardship campaign was successful in that we have about $4,000 more pledged than we did last year, which is a wonderful thing. And as I said, we expect some of our expenses to go down. Others have gone up. Our snow plowing and grass cutting costs have gone up because of the pressure they have for fuel and staffing, material, trucks breaking down, all those kinds of things. So that's just an example. Utilities may fluctuate as well this year based on what New York State's going to allow the gas companies and electric companies to do. So but we will. I am sure weather those storms as we have weathered everything else. Again, thanks to the executive committee and the church council for assisting and putting this spending plan together. I really appreciate their guidance or insight and also pointing out my mathematical errors as they occur. And thanks to Debbie as well. Debbie does a great job at home. When I'm getting this stuff ready, she takes careful eye based on their own experience in working with finances, and that's been helpful as well. So thanks.
Yeah.
Well, that's the big part. No question about that.
Saint Deborah.
Yeah. But if you have any questions about the mission proposal, I would be happy to answer. Yeah. It's not there anymore. Yeah, we suspended that agreement early in the year, like
Yeah.
March, maybe last year, partly because they no longer needed the space. Part of their group moved down to Lowell and Transit, so that they do not have the need for the parking spots, which is why you've seen, like, the stairway kind of blocked off. But what we have done when we discussed it with them is that if their business grows, if they fill out their building space again and they need the parking, that we would be open to discussing them using it again. But we will, that in terms of income from that line, we are not expecting any this year. Yep. I will just note that we have adjusted some of our income, or I'm sorry, our salaries and hourly wages for our staff. In particular, an increase in Gary's salary. It actually decreased last year when we started doing the contemporary services on Sundays. Gary didn't need to be here every Sunday, but now that we've moved the contemporary service back to Saturday, Gary needs to be here every weekend, which he has. I don't know, since you started, have you ever missed a Sunday? No. I don't think you have. Even though he has vacation time, he never takes it. And as you can see, as we were blessed to have Holly here again today, that Gary takes care of finding and compensating our guest vocalists. So he does a fabulous job in putting up with me. Debbie doesn't have to hear me sing. Gary unfortunately does.
Saint Gary.
Saint Gary. All right.
Anybody have anything else regarding the mission proposal for this year? All I need is a motion from the floor then.
We accept the mission proposal for 2022 as presented. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? This too has passed. And the last order of business is the Synod Assembly Delegates. We usually send two if they're even doing them in person. And I don't know the dates. We know
It's the,
it's always the same.
I think it's the first weekend in June.
It's the first weekend in June, Sunday to Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, and then do you know whether they're planning in person
The
or?
last email I saw from the Synod, they are planning in person.
Okay.
And in Rochester.
Do we have any volunteers here that would like to do it?
Saturday and Sunday.
Now, Sunday will be Tuesday.
Okay, so that's the 5th, 6th, and 7th of June. In person.
Right now, it's in person. Subject to COVID.
Well, there will be an assembly of some sort.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. We need two volunteers at some point. Doesn't have to be today, obviously, but if
I will
anyone,
volunteer if nobody else. I'm gonna go anyhow, so.
well then,
Thanks.
thank you so much.
I'm gonna be there when I don't.
We can do that, +1. We'll have that +1.
Yes. Synod Assembly 22 is June 5 to 7 at the Rochester Riverside Convention Center. Registration begins in March. So you probably want to know by then so we get a early discount.
We want the discount.
Yes, we do.
Full price is not in the budget we just passed.
That's right.
All right, well, we have one for now. I say we can table the second person, the +1 for to be determined,
Plus one for me.
to be determined. All we need now is a motion to adjourn, and we're done for the day today, people.
Do we need to
What's that?
cemetery account?
What do we need to do with it?
Just accept it.
Oh. Thought that was part of it before. We do have the report for the cemetery account.
Yes.
Yeah, it was on the table.
Actually, it's simply, that's an addendum to
Yeah,
the other ministry report.
Yeah.
Actually already accepted.
Okay,
but no that it's there,
yeah,
unless Linda, you have any comments on it?
yeah. I would say I want to thank Doug and Linda's mother, who have worked on the cemetery for, I don't know how many years. Yeah, probably forever. And just that it is, they watch it and they've kept it nice, and taking care of a cemetery is, it just takes time. And I just want to commend them for the work that they do.
Thank you so much, absolutely. All right,
We got a motion to adjourn.
do we have it? Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I hope not. Let's close with the Lord's Prayer, please. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, everybody.
I just